Hey everybody, and welcome to level 141 of CCLP1 called Flush. Let's get started here. Make sure I got my sound. Alright, so we've got tanks, we've got force fours. I don't know if I want to go down there. And I don't know if I want to go down there either, so I guess let's do this. This looks interesting. Do I want to get... Oh, whoa, that thing is filling up. Okay, so it seems like... Okay, in order to get to the socket, I'm going to need to not get red keys. Okay, got it. So let me get ships first instead of the red keys. Okay, so that's good. Alright, so far so good. We got suction boots here. So now that's clogged up. Is there anything else we can look at here? Okay, it looks like I need skates to really use that. At least if I'm not going to be wasteful with blocks. Okay, so here I can, I guess, flush the balls out. And I'm going to wait. There we go. Alright, let me see what I can do with this. Okay. That's a lot of red keys. And this will, I guess, allow the glider to clone less frequently, so that's nice. Do I need a bunch... Where do I get fire boots? Is it up here? Oh, wait, I can go through the water. There we go, okay. Alright, now let's try going back in there. Alright. Hopefully we have enough time to get that. But I think we do, given the additional space we open up. Yeah, we do. Alright, cool. We made it back, and now we can actually go in here. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to use blocks to do something here. Ultimately, I want those tanks to turn around, so I need the yellow key. But in order to get the yellow key, I have to lose my boots, so I'm going to have to set up some nails here, I think. And those blocks are just going to slide down, so let's just use as many of these as we possibly can. There we go. And that last one, I guess we can take with us on the way out. Yeah, that should work. Whoop. There we go. Alright, hopefully we did all this correctly. There we go. Awesome, alright, we made it. That was a fun level. Nice job, Archie. It was odd. Maximus's minions were well ahead of him, but Chip could still feel the ground quivering slightly, like it had done inside Maximus's bunker. He hoped the island wasn't prone to earthquakes. He also noticed that it seemed to be getting warmer. Coming out of the trees, suddenly he could see the whole central part of the island below him. From the conical mountain behind him, the ground sloped down into a deep blue lagoon, ringed by sandbars and reefs. On the other side, the island rose up again, though not as high. That half of the island appeared to be covered with jungle as well. But at the very top of the hill, standing out among the trees, a large stone structure was clearly visible, and so were the rows of tanks parked around it. The vault! That must be it! Chip cheered. I just have to find a way around this lagoon. Oh, and when I get there, find a way to deal with all those tanks. But after all the practice I've had recently, that should be easy, right? Bumbua Banubawa Bugov. This is a level by Rock Generu that I didn't cover in my Rock 1 Let's Play because I think it's ultimately in one of his later sets, if I'm not mistaken. But it's absolutely one of my favorite levels in this set. I love levels that are symmetrical, but have a very asymmetrical approach to solving them. And this is certainly one of those levels. And I forget exactly how to solve this, actually. So I'm going to have to just play around here. Let's see if we can figure this guy out. So we're going to need to get a block pushed up here, which means that we're either going to have to come in on one of these long paths, or we may have to build something along like this line. Let me see how involved that would be. We're obviously going to have to sacrifice some blocks here, so setting that up might help. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, so now we just need one more. Okay, this is the part where I feel like I should be saying this doesn't seem bad, but insert caveat here. Alright, how do we do this? There's a way to do this. I know there is. I did not mean to push that there. I was trying to get it over here, but I'm not sure if that would have actually helped. Oh, well, that definitely does not help. Alright, I think we got a pretty solid idea there, though, so let me just see if we can build on that. Alright, so at first I remember doing this where I pushed that there. Maybe we need to push this guy up. Let's try that. Did we do it like that earlier? I forgot. I'm going to leave that block alone. Leave that block alone! Okay, so we'll do that. Alright, how do we get a block in here? That's the question. If I can just get like something along this column, that would be great. Can I get... No, I can't. Unless I get something up there. Is that the... Wait, no, because that's stuck over there. Oh, okay. Let me try this. I don't know if this is really going to help or not. I'm just kind of messing around. But if I set that up, does that do any good? Somehow I doubt it. Okay, we're probably approaching this the completely wrong way. Maybe I need to do it like here. So maybe the longer path idea was correct. So let's try this again. So is there a way I can grab... I really want to get something down there, but I need to come up with something above first, it seems. So let me try this. I'm going to go over here. Like that. Let's push that there. I'm wondering if this whole mechanism here is used to do this, so maybe I can... How do I get something along here? Do I have to push that block on my left up? I forgot how to do this level. I am sorry, guys. I feel like we're on the right track here, but there's something not quite jiving. You have to approach it from this side. That might actually be the key to this. Like, use another side's blocks to construct something like this, and then... Yeah, and then I can just go bridge over there. I bet that's how you do it. Then I use this bottom one. And then I can just push this one on the edge. Okay. So it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I don't even need that one. Alright, good level. Amazing level. Chip had finally made it around the lagoon. But as he had progressed, the air had grown hotter and steamier, and clouds of vapor accompanied him up the slope to the far side of Isla Mystica. The ground was trembling worse than ever, and the once placid waters at the center of the lagoon were beginning to roll like an enormous stockpot. Chip had a very bad feeling about the tension building around him. He paused on a ridge to look back. At that moment, the center of the lagoon exploded. The very ocean geysered upward 100 feet in a massive column of water and fire. The throbbing rumble crescendoed into a mighty roar beyond anything Chip had ever heard or imagined. Louder than 20 thunderstorms combined as one. The sheer force of it blew Chip right off his perch, and like some giant's hand, hurled him with stunning force into the valley behind him. Miraculously, his violent landing didn't break any bones, though it drove the breath out of him and bruised him from head to toe. He lay in the shelter of the ridge, gasping for breath and curled into a tight ball against the destruction raining down around him. Explosion after explosion rocked the island to its very foundations, the ground hurling him about like a rag doll. Billows of fire chased clouds of debris into a sky black with steam and smog. The noise was unending, growing relentlessly louder, hammering at him in intangible waves of pressure that vibrated in his bones. The awful enormity of the cataclysm defied his comprehension, and drove all sense of time and place from him. After an eternity, however, he dimly sensed a gradual weakening of the forces that were ripping apart the world. Finally, long minutes after the last explosion shuddered through the island, he dared to push himself up and peer over the battered top of the ridge. The lagoon was gone, boiled completely away by the monster that had lurked beneath. Chip found himself staring down a 200-foot volcanic shaft into a seething lake of lava. Looking around, he saw devastation everywhere. Almost the entire island lay in smoking ruins. The other side, where he had fought Maximus, was a mass of tumbled, burning trees. He wondered shakily if Maximus could have escaped, thinking that he wouldn't be sorry if the sinister tank was gone for good. Only one part of the island remained relatively unscathed, the hill ahead of him, crowned by the ancient temple-like structure that guarded the mystical Chip of epic coolness. But the area between had borne the full brunt of the eruption. It was a tangled maze of broken water channels, burning rivers of lava, and walls of smoking rubble, and to reach his goal he had to get through it somehow. Amphibia. Alright, so this level was another level that performed very well in voting, and it was definitely on my radar before CCLP1 was even, before we had even started voting on it, essentially. I really like this level a lot. I feel like this level is very divisive because it involves a lot of monster dodging that's predictable, but not like in a very consistent feeling way. I think it is consistent because, I mean, obviously there's nothing random here, but stuff like that you don't really expect right away. And it's a little tricky to really understand, you know, what all the monster patterns are unless you're really stopping and looking. Or unless it's something like this, where the pattern is just very, very simple. I think this level is a good alternative, if you will, to Fireflies. I mean, that's probably the level it gets the most comparisons to, just because they're both in this slot. They both involve traveling along narrow paths, where monsters are also traveling in alternate ways, ringed by obstacles like fire. Except this one includes water, too. But overall, even though Firefly is... I forgot that there were two layers of things there. Even though Fireflies is easier, I like this one more just because it's a lot less repetitive than Fireflies. Fireflies is what I would call one of those... Okay, I know this is not a term that we use in Chip's Challenge that much, but I call it a 4X level. That's a term that gets commonly used in the board gaming or tabletop world. In relation to games that involve a certain set of things. I think it's like exterminate, explore, exploit, I forget the other ones. But in Chip's Challenge, I'm starting to use that term with respect to levels that are very repetitive in this. I really don't like that part. I'm glad we're doing this sooner. I mean, I use that term with respect to levels that are basically radial symmetry levels like the last one, except you're actually required to do all four sides of whatever it is you're doing. And I really don't like that. I think it's very annoying. And where is the... Did we just miss the... We did. Okay. This is not the sort of level where I probably should be talking, but I'm doing it anyway. But yeah, I'm not really a fan of those kinds of levels where there's like 4 quadrants and you have to do the same thing across all 4 quadrants. Like, it's just like, why do I need to do that? I mean, it feels like the only reason why you're doing that is just to fill up space on the map. And, okay, this is the path I missed last time. Okay, let's do this again, but this time without dying. It feels like you're just trying to go through and fill the map up and make the level look nice in an editor, which I don't think is the reason why you should be building levels. So yeah, that's always been a pet peeve of mine, and I talk about it a lot on this channel if you're new. And haven't seen any other Chips Challenge Let's Plays I've done. It's kind of a big annoyance for me. Okay, so this one goes that way, so let's get that first. And there's 2 layers here for sure. Okay, how do I get to that one? That one I think I'm going to have to approach from a different area. Okay, there's a path there. That's a little tricky because, okay, I happen to know that leads toward the end, so I'm going to save that for later. I guess, okay, yeah, that's a little mean if you're not very observant. This one, there's basically 2 concentric rings of monsters, so it's not as bad. Okay, there we go. I'm very glad we made this level untimed. I don't think this level would have been very good if it would have been worse if it were timed. Okay, let's go back. Good, okay. So now I just go up here, grab that. Alright, we haven't gone here yet. This is pretty straightforward, which is nice. Okay, we got another circling glider there. Alright, I feel like this is a lot easier than the double layered areas. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. There we go. Okay, we got another one here. There, okay, good. Alright, I think 9 ships is where we need to be at before heading down in that one area. So let's go ahead and head back. I believe it's this way. Okay. Okay, you gotta be careful with that. Okay, excellent. Okay, doing well. Whoa, I should not have run through that. Okay, luckily we made it. The nice thing is that the ship positions are also safe spots, so you don't really have to worry about taking a ship and worrying about a monster occupying that space. Okay, this is double layered. Gotta be really careful here. Okay, that's that ship we were wondering about. Okay, so far so good. We just have 3 left, and I hope they're all here. Okay, that's the exits. Let's go this way. Okay, so there's the path to the end. 1. And we missed one. Of course we missed one. Okay, where are you? I think we got... Yeah, we got the one there. I'm trying to be extra careful here. Did I go? Yeah, I did. I went there. So is it 8 ships I need before heading down then? Was it this way? No, because this was the path to the long... Wait, no, there is something over there. Okay, we need to figure out how to get into that. Was it through the area there at the end, except... Okay, hang on. I guess I just missed another fork there. Let's just make sure of that. Okay, good, good, good. Almost forgot that that went up there. That could have been disastrous. I think I was just so focused on this double layering of this that I didn't really pay attention. Okay, there we go. Okay, I didn't go up. That was the problem. Okay, just watch out for that, and these two, and then we can go back. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I was fearing. Just don't die here. Okay, thank goodness we made it through that. Wonderful level. Loved it. He had made it. The smoking maw of the newly risen volcano lay safely behind ship. He stood, at long last, upon the threshold of the vault containing the mystical chip of epic coolness. He had passed Maximus's minions buried and broken under flattened trees, and there was now nothing left to stop him. Nothing, that is, except whatever traps the Bit Busters had placed to guard the vault. He was almost there. He could do this for Melinda. Pushing away his exhaustion and the pain of his bruises, he entered the ancient temple. The ancient temple. Explore the ancient temple and find the mystical chip of epic coolness. So, one thing that is worthy of note here for this level is that that hint was actually part of the original level. So we actually built the story around that. The water area around there, however, wasn't. We put that there so that you couldn't touch the border. For consistency's sake, I guess. Now, this part I forgot how to do. But I don't think it's that hard. I think it's just a matter of... oh, wait a minute. No, this part's a little tricky, because then I'll have to do this, but then I'll go there. Okay, so now I just do this. It's a nifty little Sokoban. Alright, so we got that. Okay, so we got a gauntlet of stuff to do here, and it looks like we have the opportunity to hold these down, and we got tank buttons, but I'm going to avoid pressing them for now. Alright, so what do we do here? I can't take these out, so I'm guessing I have to hold down the buttons. So let me wait on that one, because that one I can't get in there, but this one I can. Alright, so now let me push this there. And I'll exit. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll exit there. Then I'll do this guy. Okay. Then I'll do that. Okay, so now I'll push the tank button. That is a really cool puzzle. I like that. Okay, so good stuff. We got the blue key. But now we're going to go back. Okay, I think there was a blue door here. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to use the blocks on these bombs. So let's chart a path. We can push them. Can we push them here? I can push them up here, and no, actually, no, I can't, because then I can't push them right. So I have to push them down. And in order to do this, I'm going to have to 1, 2, 3, and I can, no, I have to blow that bomb up too. Okay, let's figure this out. 1. Oh wait, no. I blow these bombs up, but then I push the block around. Okay, that's how you do it. Because we only have 4 blocks. So let's do that one first. Wow, if I was going for the bold time, I'd almost be done at this point. We haven't even made it halfway around. Although I think this part's technically the longest, so maybe if we were measuring the length of certain tasks, then I guess maybe we would be halfway. Okay, there we go. So now we just need to do that one more time, and we should be A-okay. Yay! Do. Alright. We need to get that mist ship, guys. So, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but the mist ship was shortened to that name not only just to make it easier to say in the story, but also as a reference to mist. So, that wasn't my idea, actually. I think that was the architect's idea. Now, which of these to push first? I think we can do that. Yeah, we can do that safely. Alright, so here, I'm going to have to find a way in to that, and... Okay, in that. And I'm going to need to turn one of these guys around, so let's do that next. So are we safe? Yeah, we are safe doing this. Okay, good. Alright, we made it into the next area and got yet another blue key. Where do we use this? Is there another blue door here? I don't remember that. Nope, there's not another blue door. Okay, we're gonna have to look around. No, that's a dead end. Oh wait, there might be something here. Yes, okay, there is something here. Okay, what do we have here? Ooh, this looks like an interesting puzzle. Okay, we can queer this. I like this symbol. It kind of looks like something in an Aztec temple or something. This design. Alright, I think I see how we're going to need to push these. Alright, so we got that. And then we just do this guy. Okay. That's not so bad. Alright, so now we go through this door. And this door. Okay, so now we need a green key. Gotcha. Alright. And we close the toggle doors and oh man. Here we go. It's on, guys. Oh man, this is so awesome. I just love how you have like an Indiana Jones boulder run at the end. It's so cool. And you can't go back and do anything else. Like everything closes in like that. And the boulder goes in the water. That is the only level in the set by Eric Schmidt, but man is it a good level. I love it a lot. Alright, so running for his life, Chip burst from the door of the ancient temple and dove to one side as a giant boulder rolled over a cliff into the ocean. He stood, panting, and brushed the dirt from his glasses. Then he reached into his pack and slowly, reverently withdrew a flat gray object, 2 inches wide by 4 inches long, with a few prongs sticking out of one end. This was it. The legendary object that lay at the root of all the recent turmoil and grief, the mystical chip of epic coolness. It looked so ordinary, but as Chip held it, he began to perceive a strange stirring of warmth from within it. A faint trembling touched his fingers, a vibration, not mechanical, but soft and organic. It was like the chip was trying to communicate with him, and then suddenly Chip realized the secret that Melinda had worked so hard to protect. He knew that what he held was no ordinary electronic device. The mist chip was alive. That was what Maximus had meant when he spoke of gaining self-awareness. All that he had possessed was near-human intellect. He had had no feelings, no empathy, no context in which to understand a true friendship such as that which Chip shared with Melinda. The mist chip could change that once integrated with the AI. It could even perhaps give him the ability to love. But if it could teach a robot love, could it not also teach hate? How much more destructive might a creature like Maximus become if it learned to destroy for the twisted joy of it, not merely for the achievement of some specific goal? What good or evil might result if all the strength and frailty of the human psyche met and mingled with the cold ruthlessness of a mindless calculating machine? Melinda had been right all along. The power of the mist ship was totally unpredictable, and thus too dangerous to use. Chip ahoy! A computerized voice suddenly blared from above. For one horrible second, Chip thought Maximus had somehow taken to the air and was swooping down upon him. Then he recognized the voice. Eddie! He cheered, waving at the welcome sight of the Deus Ex Machina dropping toward the shattered island. So you're my backup crew? Sure am, the ship's computer responded cheerfully. For a while there after the eruption, I was afraid I might become your cleanup crew. Boy, am I glad to see you still in one piece. Did you manage to save whatever it was Melinda wanted? I did, Chip said pensively, stuffing the mist chip back into his pack. Let's get it back to her as quickly as possible, okay? But just as Chip started to climb into the ship, he felt a metal claw close, vice-like, around his ankle. Alarmed, he looked back, right into the glaring red eye of Maximus, or what was left of him. The tank body was gone, and what remained was the twisted, battered hulk of its humanoid extension. Its surviving limbs scraped against the earth, seeking the traction to drag Chip down. Fly, Eddie! Chip shouted, pulling desperately against Maximus's mechanical strength. Get us out of here! Righto! Eddie powered the ship's thrusters, pushing the island away. The sudden acceleration broke Maximus's grip on Chip's leg, but two of his other limbs fastened to the sides of the doorframe, anchoring him to the ship. His eye fixed fanatically on Chip's pack. He began pulling himself aboard. Chip tried to scramble away, tripped and fell, and the mist chip, jarred by the impact, dropped out of his pack and went skittering across the floor. With a wordless bellow, Maximus dived after it. The next few moments were a blur. Eddie, perhaps trying to be helpful, swung the ship suddenly sideways, banking hard directly over the boiling maw of Isla Mystica. Chip, terrified but determined to protect the mist chip, leaped on Maximus from behind and grappled with his powerful frame. And Maximus, clutching the mist chip, twisted away from Chip's attack, lost his grip on the tilting floor, and slid right through the still open doorway. Cradling his precious prize, he plummeted down into the fiery abyss and was gone. Shaking with adrenaline, Chip pulled the door closed and collapsed against it. Dimly he heard his voice directing Eddie to set course for Chip Grove City. There was nothing left to accomplish here. The mist chip was gone and he had failed to protect it. But at least it would no longer be a threat, nor would Maximus. He wondered what he would find when he arrived at the clubhouse. Had Melinda enjoyed a more complete victory in unearthing Jude's treachery? Would she be disappointed to learn the mist chip's fate? He hoped she would understand that he had done the best he could. His thoughts grew jumbled as exhaustion took hold, and he slipped into an uneasy sleep. In his dreams, he stood in a courtyard, and walkers danced around him. They whispered insidiously, "Don't be afraid, Chip. We'll answer all of your questions. Just find our secret. Discover the lost hint." Behind, the flames and ashes of Maximus's tomb slowly sank below the horizon and were gone. It had been quite an adventure, pursuing Maximus all the way to Isla Mystica, trying to stop him from reaching the mystical ship of epic coolness, and ultimately seeing both Maximus and the mist ship destroyed in the volcanic eruption that had shattered the island. When Chip disembarked from the SS Deus Ex Machina outside of Chip Grove City, he hoped to be able to relax in the clubhouse while filling Melinda in about all that had happened. He was unpleasantly surprised to see the large, agitated crowd of Bit Busters surrounding the building, seemingly afraid to enter. "What's going on?" he asked, approaching. "It's Jude! He betrayed us!" several voices exclaimed. "He initiated a code red drill and evacuated the building, then locked us out," another voice added. "Melinda used her special override to get in. She said she's the one responsible for all the recent thefts. Or he's responsible for all the recent thefts. She's going to confront him, but that was hours ago and she still hasn't come out." Chip tuned out the confusing babble of voices, turning and moving quickly around the side of the building. He knew a small door that connected the clubhouse to the movie theater next door. It was so small that hopefully Jude would be overlooking it. After a moment, he broke into a run. If Melinda hadn't come out yet, that probably meant she was Jude's prisoner. The traitor thief had taken her from him, and she needed him more than ever. He had another chance to help her this time. He must not fail. Chance time! Alright, so this level we played in Pit of 100 Tiles, so I think we actually explored most of the options there, so I'm just going to play through it here and just see what we get chance-wise. And I think we're at the end, so... Oh, we don't even have to have the walkers chasing us here at the end either. That's nifty. This way. Alright. And there we go. Cineworld. I thought there was a story segment before this. Let me try going back and... I guess not, okay. I thought there was a... I wanted to say there was a story segment that we wrote that said something to the effect of, but first, Chip decided to go see a movie or something like that. Alright, I'm not sure what we need to do here first. So let's look around. Looks like we got some chips. I like the design of this. It's definitely very different from a lot of stuff in this set. I guess these are bugs that are waiting in line for tickets. And these are the box office people here. Oh, okay, so that trap is now being held down. So maybe we can go through here now. There we go. Alright, so we're just collecting stuff here? I guess we're just collecting stuff. Alright, so that's not open. I believe this is blocked. Yep. So we're going to need to find a way to toggle the doors here. Oh, this teeth is actually moving. Okay, we need to figure out a way to get him to that toggle button. How do I get him in there? Okay, maybe I need to just trap him in there for a minute. Let me just look here. Can I go through this trap? Or is that... Because wait a minute, there was a trap button here, wasn't there? Oh, we can go in here now. Was there a trap button? No, but there's this. Okay, that's going to help. I think I was supposed to get that first before doing anything with the teeth. Alright, let's go back and finish that. Oh, and we can also get all these. Alright, try again. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to avoid going in there for now. I don't think that's open. Because there was only one trap button down here that seemed to be connected to any of that. So the bold time for this level, I gotta say, is really mean. Because you have to time everything such that when toggle wall's open, you're waiting a half a move in MS before that happens. I think we just did that there. Okay, here we go. Here's a button. Did we get everything here? I guess if we didn't, we can always come back. I think we did, though. I think we did. Alright, what do we got here? I got one chip. Two chip, red chip, blue chip. Okay, here's 3, so that's nice. Oh, that's right. The teeth was in that spot there. It was a little awkward. Messed up my rhythm there, teeth. But we made it through. And we got to see a movie, I guess. Or several movies. We kind of went into multiple areas there. I think we need to go this way to avoid... Well, no, the glider is stuck there, is he? Well, I'm going to play it safe and go through here. Alright, fun level by Tom P. Thief, you've taken all that was me. I think that's a song by Weezer or somebody. Search for a thief. Do not get any red keys. Alright, so most of these thieves are surrounded by by hidden walls. Like this. But I happen to know which one is the right one. And it's over down this way. Right over here. Alright, so now we can actually go up into that glider area up top. So this is level 147. This was the level that we selected to be the ultra hard level for this set. without being too ultra hard. And I think it ended up being a good choice. It's non-linear in nature, which I always like, especially when it comes to difficult stuff. And because of that, I'm actually going to do the dodging related area first. Alright, so we don't get any red keys, so that means that we have to be extra careful about what we step into here. And we can finally get that. There we go. Okay, so now let's go into this room. So it looks like we're going to get 2 chips, and we're going to need all 4 boots to get each, but it looks like we're going to have to create a path for each of these. Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we have to end with skates on one, and we have to end with fire boots on another, so we can't get... Okay, we have to go get the fire boots, and I'm assuming the flippers on one of these. And then... Wait a minute. No, because we can start here for the second go around. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, so now we're going to have to go back in this way. And if I'm right, we should just be able to go in, grab that, and then make a loop around here. Alright, cool. Okay, let's go down here to this one next. Okay, I don't want to get any skates yet. Looks like we got a Sokoban. Alright, so if I push this right, then that's not going to do any good, so I need to do that first. Okay, I see what we have to do here. We got to be extra careful about how we use these boots. Alright, so we do that next. So, do I go and... Oh, I see. If I push this up, then that pretty much limits my chances of getting the bottom button pressed, because then I can't turn the other blocks around, so that's not going to work out. So I'm going to have to turn everything around here first. So let's do that. Was that the right one to push down? I hope it was. I think I actually have to push this down again and then grab it on the way back or way out to the traps. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to do that. Let's go that way. And then we can use this remaining one on the way out. That is a really cool puzzle. I like that a lot. Alright, so now for this one. Looks like this, yeah, this also involves blocks. But this one, it also involves recessed walls. Great preview of what we can expect to see in CCLP4, I guess. So I'm going to use the ones that actually involve using thieves, because it looks like we're going to have to keep the flippers after destroying that first bomb. So let me take the long paths on this. Alright, I think, yeah, as long as I just do that, we should be fine. Okay, so now it's just a matter of navigating this through without touching any thieves. This level is awesome. So, I had a thought the other day. I was thinking, you know what would be cool is if somebody made like, and just as kind of a fan project, nothing serious, it would be cool if someone made like a compilation of the best levels from the CCLPs. Like, that would be neat, because I mean, not every level in every CCLP was like a masterpiece, but I think they, for the most part, a lot of them worked well. But it would be cool to have like a best of collection, not official or anything, but just for fun. Chip moved warily. He was almost to the top level of the clubhouse, and so far he hadn't seen any sign of life. Jude and Melinda had to be up here somewhere. A flash of movement registered coming from the other end of the long room. An instant later, Chip felt the wind of a bullet that zipped past his head and splashed into the water behind him. Hastily, he ducked into a handy alcove. It seemed that Jude had laid a trap for whoever tried to come after him. He had placed a teeth monster patrolling the far end of the room, armed with a sniper rifle. Getting past it would be no cakewalk, but Chip had to try. He had to save Melinda. The snipers. Use cover on both sides to avoid being sniped. This is a really interesting concept. I don't know if I would say it's like my favorite thing ever, but it's definitely very creative. Basically, it's kind of like Flame War from earlier in the set, but a little bit trickier. The timing element is a little bit more pronounced here. But as long as you zigzag like I'm doing across the level, it's not so ridiculous. You just have to be careful about going vertical too much. Oh, that was a bad idea. Alright, let's try that again. This time I'm going to go down here. Run! Alright, it is possible, by the way, to do some crazy dodging maneuvers and beat the fireballs in some weird ways, but I'm not going to do that just to be safe. I like how the teeth has a very distinct pattern when it comes to the gunfire. Alright, let me run up to this level here. And we can go through here. Alright, so it looks like we have a similar thing here, but this path is much more linear than the one that we had in the first area, which is nice. Okay. Okay, so far the level is giving us plenty of room, but now that we're actually having to go vertical here, this may be a little trickier. But not really, though. Okay, so far so good. Oh, we get to slide there, that's nice. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, and just a couple more zigzags left, and we should be home free. Alright, here we go. We can drown the teeth here, too. Alright, time for the last level, guys. That was a good level by Tom P. Chip burst into the very last level of the clubhouse, and there they were. Jude stood tall and strong on a ledge near the ceiling, next to a door marked helipad, glaring venomously down on Chip. Melinda, handcuffed, stood behind him, looking small and helpless in her pink dress. But her face reflected determination and pride as she saw him. "Chip!" her voice rang out. "I knew you would come for me!" "Shut up!" Jude told her brutally. He had completely abandoned his smoothly polished manner. Furious hatred painted his face. "You may have stopped any incompetent robot, my incompetent robot, Chip, but you can't stop me," he hissed. "Melinda is mine, and so too will be her knowledge of the mist chip. Once I have used it to interface my brain with the AI chip, my intellect will become greater than any man's. I deserve her, Chip, not you. You've solved a few trivial puzzles for her, but I've been her partner for years, assisting in her most important research. Who do you think you are to compare with me?" "Who am I?" Chip asked, looking steadily at Melinda, who gazed trustingly back at him. "I'm Melinda's friend." "Can you claim that much, Jude? Have you ever helped her when she truly needed you, not only when it served your own selfish ego? Have you ever trusted her, even when you did not understand her? Have you faced death for her? You do not love her, Jude. You've only ever used her." "Perhaps that's true," Jude snarled, "but the fact remains that I have her. She's my prisoner, and all your airy-fairy prattling about friendship isn't going to stop me. We're leaving, Chip. The helicopter's on its way, and you'll never get through this last level in time to catch us. Goodbye and good riddance. He turned sharply and forced his way through the door to the helipad, dragging Melinda along with him. Chip! She said urgently, struggling as she was pulled along. Jude underestimates you. You're the best puzzle solver I know. You can do it. I believe in you. She gave him one last determined look and was gone. Clubhouse. Alright, so this level is kind of a little bit of an unusual level. It's a level that was sort of... Oh, wait, why did I do that? That was silly of me. What would be a good way to handle this puzzle? Let's do... Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So this level was kind of meant to be not exactly a capstone level like the Ancient Temple was, but just like a final victory lap for the set. And I don't know, it was definitely interesting. I don't know if I would say it was super great, but okay, I think I'm just gonna have to go through here and do this, and then push that block back if I'm gonna have any hope of getting back here. Well, no, I could just slip through there, but... Wait a minute. Am I supposed to... Am I supposed to get this, button pressed? Wait, I don't know if I'm supposed to get the button pressed, but I know I'm supposed to take the fireball through that dirt tile. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, this time, we'll just do it the simple way. But yeah, I think there were some people... Oh wait, it actually does say what to do there. I think there were some people who were a little disappointed that this wasn't like a big capstone level. Personally, I'm not really that torn up about it. I mean, I guess I kind of am. But this was like the one choice that we could find that felt decent enough to be the last level. I don't know, there just wasn't like an obvious Mr. McCallahan Presents, or in the case of CCLP4, Mental Marvel Monastery that was in the set already. Like, we just didn't have that kind of level, which was kind of a little bit sad. Thankfully CCLP4 did, and CCLP3 did. But at least it's, I guess it's, at least it's not like special, where it's just, you know, a bunch of the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about it personally, but I like this level a lot though, and I don't know why I died there. It's not my favorites, but it's decent though. Okay, so it does say, yeah, then run to beat the fireball. So it does imply that you're supposed to use the fireball there. Also, I like levels in which ice mazes have like a path where there's, or like ice slides, not mazes, have a floor path that forms a maze. I kind of use the same concept in Rotation in CCLP3, which may have been inspired by this, I can't remember. Alright, we are almost to the end of the set. We just got this level to go, and that is it. Okay, let's not die here this time. There we go. Alright, so now we just need to push these blocks up here. We don't need to fill in that tile to the left, so we'll just bridge to the flippers there. Alright, this isn't so bad. Just a simple one block Sokoban type thing. And we get 2 blocks here. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, 2 to go. Alright, we get one last door to open and one last one block Sokoban to do. I haven't released this, but I actually made a level a long time ago called Block Collector that was pretty much a rip-off of this level, and it had little mazy things like this to push blocks through. I think that's back before I posted any sets online, like it was 2004 era, maybe. So, yeah, I don't think I ever really shared that with anybody. Well, wait a minute, did I? No, I don't think I did. I've kind of come to the point now where if I'm going to make levels, I really do want them to have more original content at this point. Okay, so do I press that now? Okay, yeah, after the blue button. Alright. So now we go back through here. I won't wait for the trap. I know it's technically faster, but I didn't feel like standing there. Alright, let's race to beat the fireball here. Okay, that's why we had to move it out of the way, so the fireball can get through here. Alright, let's solve the rest of the level. And catch up to Jude. Oh wait, I'm going to need some fire boots, aren't I? Silly JB trying to exit without fire boots. We even passed them by earlier. They were down here. Alright, here we go. Oh, I need to press it again. Thankfully, these are not one-way paths. That's kind of a relief. Hang on, Melinda. We're almost there. We're just kind of a little bit delayed. Alright, and we are out of the clubhouse. Hey Jude! Chip yelled, emerging onto the windswept roof of the Bit Busters clubhouse. The lights of Chip Grove City twinkled in the coming twilight beyond the helipad, where Jude waited tensely with a captive Melinda. Chip had solved the last level in record time. No, he didn't. And Jude's helicopter had failed so far to arrive. Stop right there! Jude produced a small handgun, waving it at Chip. One step closer and I'll blow out your puzzle-solving brains. Melinda struggled violently, but with his superior size and strength, Jude was able to pin her behind him with one arm. He and Chip stood in a tense standoff. Chip racked his brains desperately for a way to fight. An idea came to him. How about a trade, Jude? He said. You have Melinda, but I also have something that you want. The mist chip. Chip, no! Melinda cried. Jude shook her hard, but his eyes stayed locked on Chip's, a hungry expression stealing across his face. Where is it? He asked softly. Right here. Chip slid his pack off and slowly, carefully reached inside. Jude took a threatening step forward, but all Chip pulled out was his towel, folded over as if to conceal a flat object. He showed it to Jude. Release Melinda, and it's yours. Just take it and go. We'll see, Jude gestured harshly. Unwrap it. That had better be the real mist chip and not some kind of trick. In a single swift motion, Chip hurled the towel at him and dove to the side. An explosion shattered the air as Jude instinctively let go of Melinda and fired at the object flying toward him. Realizing his mistake, he jerked around, savagely aiming for Chip, but he never had a chance to pull the trigger. Melinda, overlooked behind him, sprang into action. Her hands still bound behind her, apparently unhampered by her dress. She brought her foot up in an awesome ninja kick that connected hard with Jude's wrist, flinging his gun clear across the roof. It slid over the edge and dropped from sight. Jude turned on her, raging like an animal, but her next kick took him square between the eyes, flattening him. He lay dazed on the concrete, blood dripping from a clearly broken nose. The key! Melinda told Chip urgently. He's got the key to these handcuffs. Get it, quick, before he recovers. It's in his left pants pocket. Shaking off his astonishment, Chip quickly did as she said and removed her handcuffs. After massaging her wrists for a moment, she threw her arms around him. You did it, Chip, she said proudly. Thank you so much for coming after me. Did you actually find the mist chip? I did, but then I lost it again, he told her apologetically. Maximus accidentally destroyed it, and himself with it. Perhaps it's just as well, she sighed regretfully. You touched it, Chip. You understand now what it was. We still don't know what sort of accident produced it during our research on the AI chip. It was one of a kind, too powerful to be contained, too powerful to be let loose. But it was a live chip. I couldn't just destroy it. Now both it and its secrets are gone for good, and no longer our burden. They both turned at the sound of the fast-approaching helicopter. As it zeroed in on the roof, Jude suddenly pushed himself up and raced away from them, grabbing up the towel and waving it over his head as a signal. The chopper dipped toward him. But just as he was about to drop the towel and leap aboard, a very strange thing happened. A brilliant flash of something, like violet lightning, surrounded both him and the chopper, freezing them in place. The noise of the rotor cut off abruptly. Both Jude and the machine seemed to fade to transparent and then vanished, along with the light. A curious buzzing sound hung in the air for a moment longer. Then that too was gone, and Chip and Melinda were alone. What just happened? Gasped Chip, staring in disbelief at empty space that had just a moment earlier contained a man in a large flying machine. Even the towel was gone, he noticed. I'm not sure, Melinda responded with a small secret smile, but I think it might have something to do with that towel. It was so brave the way you threw it at Jude and risked getting shot yourself. You really proved what you said to him down below. A true friend risks his life for those he loves. She took his hand and gently drew him over to the edge of the roof. At the sight of them, free and unharmed, the crowd of Bit Busters below set up a rousing cheer. The two of them stood side by side, hand in hand, facing into the glorious sunset. I feel I should apologize, Melinda said quietly, looking away from him. You've always been so faithful to me, but I've kept secrets from you. Secrets that ended up endangering your life. When I first met you, I pushed you away. I valued only intellect to the extent that I would take only a Bitbuster to the EPROM, so as to ensure a brilliant conversation partner. I had not yet learned the value of friendship. Do you know who taught me that value, Chip? She asked seriously, turning to face him. It was you. Your intellect is impressive, but more than that is your selfless spirit. You truly are my hero, Chip. You challenged me to rethink my values, to become a better person and a better friend. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Chip couldn't speak, could only nod, embarrassed. They looked outward again as the last rays of the sun disappeared, and the stars began to dance across the darkening sky. After all they had been through, it was good just to stand there, feeling the comfort of each other's presence. Chip found himself wondering what the future would bring. He hoped that he and Melinda would have many exciting years, even a lifetime together, solving the puzzles that were their joy. He hoped that he could always be there for her, even when this latest adventure of theirs had faded into the past and become no more than a fleeting memory. Congratulations! We completed CCLP1. And if you want to see where the next set picks up, you can start my CCLP2 Let's Play with A Fleeting Memory. And if you're curious to know what Jude, or what happened to Jude at the very end there, then you'll have to wait and find out. So overall, I have to say I enjoyed this set. I do feel like I'm not the target audience for it anymore, and it is rather difficult to kind of gauge, what would work for a beginner audience, but I think overall we were able to hit on several different things that a lot of people liked about the original game. I do think that in today's world, though, people do appreciate something that they can feel more in control of compared to when Chip's Challenge 1 was originally released. And because of that, I hesitate to include more dodging-related stuff than puzzle-related stuff, or things that are really tedious. I feel like we did a good job eliminating the latter, but the former we still wanted to include just because that is something that some people do like, I think in the future, though, it's not something that I feel like needs to be like an obligation to include, unless it's just something that a lot of people really enjoy, Of all the levels, I really did enjoy the Ancient Temple. Thief, you've taken all that was me. Metal Harbor. Let's see what else there was here. We'll skip the story here. What other levels did we have? Jet Point Galleon was pretty good, but probably not one of my all-time favorites. Carousel was definitely a good one. I did enjoy that as an item swapper. Portcullis and Hotel Chip, also great. There's just so many good levels. As a block pushing level, definitely the Shifting Maze. Toward the beginning, I really did enjoy Leave No Stone Unturned, and let's see what else there was. Nitroglycerin, definitely. Descending Ceiling for sure. And Key Farming, another amazing one. And Chip Card 64. Yeah, so a lot of great levels. I'd have to say, levels I didn't like, maybe Flames and Ashes, just because I feel like it was a little dry as far as what you were doing, but I like the openness of it, so, I mean, even that I enjoyed. I know I mentioned a few others I was kind of a little meh on. Teleport Trouble, probably my least favorite. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, this set is so solid. So definitely, I will say 8.5 out of 10 for me. Like it was a good set. I think I like CCLP4 a bit better, but this is probably my second favorite set. So thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate your support a lot, and hopefully, once the story for CCLP4 is finalized, we can do a Let's Play of that. But that will have to wait till the future. So until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.